Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Into Reflection Network 7. We're very glad to have you watching or listening to us right now. Today's topic is about the history, what happened in this history during the election campaign. So, and our question is the history is going to repeat itself on there? Why I'm saying that, because it happened several times in the past that the president, the incumbent president decided to step down. And so he does not want to be the candidate for the next election. So what happened? And history has proven that most of the time when the president doesn't have a desire to seek re-election, his party loses. So his party loses. So we just wondering, we're trying to think together and then go back to the history, to the past, and try to find out what happened exactly. So we have this situation with President Johnson in 1968 when he said that we announced that he's not going to seek re-election. His vice president, Hubert Humphrey, and Robert F. Kennedy emerged in the class context for the nomination. But what happened is, after that, Kennedy was assassinated after winning the California primary, and the convention arrived with tension running high because, the candidate has been assassinated, and we had a lot of clash and protesters in Chicago. Yeah. And I'm sorry. Yet, step aside, the president's race was in early stage. At that time, it was not like everything was ready. But it happened a little earlier than that, so they had still more time to choose who's going to represent the party. So definitely, the vice president Humphrey lost to Richard Nixon. That was one of the first case, and we had again another case about the President Truman. So just a little recap. President Truman took over from Franklin Roosevelt in 1945. So President Truman won the election in 1948 and could have run for another fourth term in 1952. But then his rating had fallen for a range of reasons, including challenges of the Korean Wars. So on March 29, 1952, President Truman made his announcement that he wouldn't run. Instead, Illinois Governor Adlai Stevenson ran and lost to Dwight Eisenhower, the celebrated World War II general. So again, the new candidate who was supposed to replace President Truman lost against Dwight Eisenhower. So yeah, if you see the situation, you're going to realize that several times when a president steps down and leave the party the opportunity to pick another candidate, that party, according to the history, loses. We don't know if that same situation is going to repeat itself, but we never know. We are a little eager to see what will happen in the near future. Again, let me remind you, if you didn't subscribe to our channel, please subscribe to our channel. Push a like button to help the algorithm of our channel to stay in leaving the channel being exposed to many people so that a lot of people can get the informations. Please comment. This is the channel. Comment and leave us your opinion about all these things. But I also wanted to let you know that the same situation coming back to this day, there is also two presidents, with President George Washington and Thomas Jefferson. Both declined to run for third term, but that was long before 1951 when the 22nd Amendment added a two-term limit. So I mean these two presidents, George Washington and Thomas Jefferson, they could have run for a third term, but they didn't want. They just decided to do two of them. So yeah, it's coming back to the current situation. It's a little awkward. I would say it's a little unclear. Nobody knows what will happen. Because for this situation now, for these in the past, most of them they ended up stepping down earlier. But for us in the current days, the president stepped down. That was last month. Yeah, the month actually in July 13, the 13th. That was 8 days after the attempted assassination of the former president on July 13. Then 8 days after July 13, that's when President Biden decided to step down. So we are a little curious to see what will happen. Is the President Kamala Harris going to win against the former President Trump? We never know. Leave your comment. Give us your thought about this. It's a little tricky. And please comment regarding this issue. And we are glad to read you. Until then, we say thank you for giving us a little portion of your time to listen to this page of history. We're very glad. Until then, take good care of yourself. Bye-bye.